What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Taurus, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. I'm not sure what I was doing there, Taurus. We were just kind of rolling with that one. That was a strange little dance move there, but it's fine. Because with this weekly spread, it's going to be a little less strange. And this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you, Taurus. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, Taurus, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Taurus. Now I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? That's actually very appropriate with this energy. Thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers and an astrologer that I like watching their tours, so definitely check them all out. Very great information, energies that they bring, and I think you'd enjoy them. Also got apps down in the description box. The description box is just loaded there, tours, so definitely check that out. I got all kinds of goodies down there for you. But let's talk about this first energy here that's coming through, because you got the 49th card, which is the Observer card here, Taurus. And with this energy here, I feel that you are, I feel one with where your ruler, Venus, the Empress, just having entered into Scorpio not too long ago. I want to say she entered on the 4th of December. I feel like it's the 4th. But with her being in Scorpio for the next, is it the 4th? Yeah, I think it's the 4th through like the 29th or something like that. But Scorpio does, I feel like, is a more type of observing type of energy. I feel like they analyze and really kind of feel out, kind of observe things that are going on that aren't just like they can see past like that surface level there, Taurus. And where this is a tricky placement for you because because Venus is in detriment in Scorpio, and that is forming oppositions with your Taurus placements. It's one where I feel like if you can learn to integrate that transformative energy that Scorpio brings and observe how it does change you, observe how you operate during this, I feel like during this energy, it can lead to a lot of powerful insights and a lot of powerful growth that goes on in you, Taurus. So I feel that this energy is just kind of asking you to really sort of, not necessarily not take action, but just be in a more sort of like analytical type of energy, a more kind of really tuning into the energies and paying attention to how this energy of, because you're a very intuitive sign as well, Taurus, being a sign of being a, because yours is one that is a sensual sign, and that's just more than just like your five senses there, Taurus. I feel you with those, you have those acute, those, you kind of have those senses are more acute than other signs, but that includes the sixth sense too as well. There's, and I always like to say that you don't become the divine counterpart to the high priestess, the moon, for no reason there, Taurus, being the Hierophant. And so, yeah, I feel like it's looking at things in a deeper type of way there, and I even feel there's something about with this fox here. There's this, I feel there's a way for you to really be very kind of savvy, really be in this kind of clever type of energy here for some Taurus. You just sort of, I feel like it's almost like you are kind of seeing like the distractions, or maybe the this trickery that's going on around you, or that maybe the paying attention to like people's, not just the words that they're giving you, but really kind of seeing their actions as well and things like that. That's why I really kind of feel you're in like that sort of like almost like this hyper aware type of energy there. So really be present, I feel like, when you're in this, in just in general, Taurus, but I feel like especially when you're in this energy, because where again it can be, those oppositions can be tough. It is with Venus, and that is your ruling planet, so that does lighten things up a little bit. And I feel you can, yeah, make the most of this here and really kind of pick up some. I'm even feeling up picking up some like some opportunities here. If we're in the state of observation, we're gonna know when to strike and when to be patient and when to be still. But let me get some tarot on this, Taurus, and get some details. All right, Taurus. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. Okay. All right, Taurus. So you have smaller reversal storm here, but that's all right, because you have the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Moon card, and the Fool card in reverse, and then you have the Eight of Swords, and then the Five of Pentacles upright here. One of your cards here, Mercury in Taurus. And where do I want to start? Because with the Ace of Cups here, Taurus, I feel that this observer here, because the Ace of Cups, these five streams that are pouring out of these cups, these are your five, represent your five senses, and this dove here is the sixth sense. And I feel that there is, for some, I feel like there's this looking into ourselves, in a sense there's some sort of work that hasn't been, I feel like, that's done, that's needing this observation here, that before we can not necessarily jump into a new experience, but I almost feel like there's this fear here with the Fool, of jumping into a place where that we have been feeling a little blocked off, that we've been maybe kind of been it's like something that we're kind of keeping from ourselves here, maybe keeping from others, in a sense. Aside that is, I'm even getting like an embarrassed energy for some here with the Five of Pentacles here, that it's not that the sense that we're embarrassed that we have, because the Five of Pentacles can be a poverty card. This could be the state of lack, or this lacking in security, in a sense. But there may be something here that might be a sort of a shortcoming, or something that it's like observing why it is like whatever this Five of Pentacles is that we're kind of keeping, that we're like turning a blind eye here to, or because it's keeping us stuck here with the Ace of with the Eight of Swords here, Taurus. And I feel like it's needing that self-care, that nurturing energy with the Ace of Cups and the Moon card. This is going through, this is facing stuff, like it's like facing your fears and not being afraid of journeying into the unknown and going into the darkness. Because there's sometimes when you think about the nighttime, when the moon, especially where the moon's at now, she's getting ready to get into a new moon phase here too. She's in the waxing crescent right now, depending on when you're, or the balsamic moon, depending on wherever you're watching this. And now there's very little light, and now things in the dark seem a lot different, a lot scarier than normal there, Taurus. Even my getting a little buzz in my ear, Taurus. I like that, because I feel like there's this, it's like things may seem scary or may seem unfamiliar, say may seem bigger in that moment, but when we sit with that energy, observe these fears and things, once those come to light, we feel like they're not so insurmountable here with the Three of Pentacles being in reverse. I almost feel like it's like we're afraid to almost afraid to just put in that initiative in what we may find in that. And the Three of Pentacles do too, can be a card of teamwork and collaboration. And this is for some, I feel like if we've been trying to maybe face this thing by ourselves, this might be a need to work with some others here. Maybe this be some friends, some family, maybe even some professionals here, Taurus, depending on how whatever this is. But in order to embrace, I feel like, any new experiences wholly and freely, there's some residual things I feel like that are needing to be taken care of, or some just things that are needing our attention, or needing some observation here, Taurus. And we may not know what to deal with that yet, but at least having eyes on it, I feel like, is just opening that door and then allowing it to breathe, in a sense. When these certain, I had, for example, I've had like a memory kind of pop up here, like in the last couple of days. Something I never really thought about before, and from my childhood. And I'm still don't know. I'm still not quite sure how I feel about it yet. Like, it's just it's an interesting thought. And but it's like it's already happened. But it's just like finding out where that's was stemming from, I feel like, is kind of like the next thing. And I feel like that's where this energy is trying to, don't be afraid. You don't have to just jump wholly into this thing, whatever this is, towards that we may be not wanting to deal with. But I do feel like, at least baby steps, and then things will start becoming clearer here, and the light will start to shine a bit brighter, because the moon starts off, in that new moon phase, but gets fuller and fuller and fuller the more that we nurture these seeds and kind of do this investigative work. I even feel with like the Three of Pentacles. So, all right, that's a lot going on there, Taurus, but I'm with it. I think I'm going to leave that there. Interesting start there. But let's get another oracle on the mix. Oh, oh, all right, Taurus. Huh, how funny, Taurus. All right, so you have the time for a nap card here. And just look at this, Taurus. I love this. So you were looking at the moon in this one here, and now look at you napping on the moon. I love in the moon cards here, Taurus. Look at you and your lunar shenanigans. I'm so with it. But Taurus, I feel that for some, especially considering too that Neptune's kind of gone direct. We've had a pretty busy planetary week kind of going on, now that I'm really thinking about it. With Venus moving, Neptune going direct. What else is going on? Just a lot. And I feel this time for a nap card, because one thing with Neptune going direct, that's a great energy for doing some dream analysis there at Taurus. And maybe for some, there might be, pay attention to your dreams. If you've noticed that you've been actively dreaming and been having these vivid dreams, and just kind of taking a moment each time that you wake up and just kind of trying to recall what you can, writing some stuff down there. It doesn't have to feel like be anything super long, but just something to get in the routine of, because there may be some messages in there for you that source is trying to download, or trying to have you, trying to get you to download, so that you can understand where things are going to next. But I'm even feeling too, just with how you have your Ace of Cups in reverse. I feel like that's a need to really kind of fill up your well there, Taurus. And this time for a nap could be just a time to just do some relaxation. Maybe we've been overworking. We've had like a busy time at. We're getting towards the holidays. Maybe we've been working a lot to save up some money, or just been maybe really stressed out about something, or maybe we've even been, and I've just even been under some sort of like emotional thing here because I feel with the Five of Pentacles, that lack of security, that's a tough place to be, I feel, when because I feel like it's very similar, because no sign likes to feel that lack of security or anything like that. But I feel it is very similar to how Taurus feels when you don't have that stable foundation, and like that security would be kind of similar to how Cancer feels when, because my sun signs in Cancer, and how we feel when we don't have that emotional security. It changes things, and that definitely makes us feel some type of way even when we don't. We're trying to work on it, but it's a harder thing trying to get back to that state of balance. And that's where I feel this time for a nap could even be a time to just kind of collect yourself and try to find that center again, and not, maybe not necessarily, get the solution like bam, but at least we can start brainstorming in order to get to that place of like King of Pentacles in a sense, or like Ten of Pentacles, or but yeah, let me get some tarot on this nap card here, Taurus, and see what's going on with that. Hmm. All right. All right, Taurus. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so you have the Five of Swords and the Five of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and then you have the Three of Wands, the Page of Swords, and then the Nine of Swords upright here, Taurus. And with this Nine of Swords being here, Taurus, because racking up some of, because Gemini has some pretty intense minor arcana cards here with the Eight and the Nine of Swords here, though. That is, I feel like, a combination of really kind of, not really finding any peace anywhere. This gives me those sort of nights where we have trouble sleeping, where we may be kind of scrolling on our phones in order to keep our minds distracted from maybe some actions that we need to take that we're not really feeling, or I even feel too, or just or maybe we might even be thinking about some sort of like some sort of shortage here, something that we might be missing even here with like the Four of Pentacles, or maybe even some things that some people may have said to us, or maybe certain ideas here as far as like where we should be on our journey, or where we're just thinking about, maybe even just about where we need to go next. And maybe this is a very kind of overwhelming energy that I feel is kind of going through here. A lot of, I mean, you got quite a bit of swords here, a lot of thinking, a lot of head energy that's going down there. And it's like, it feels like the Queen of Wands has been, it's almost giving me this sort of burnt out energy with the Queen of Wands, is that we've been just sort of ping ponging all over the place, just sort of bam 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 bam, just trying to make something work in order to get this state of foundation back. But I feel with her, it's like there's this, because the Queen of Wands, when she's in reverse, she can be very impulsive. This is for me, this is Aries energy, and where she is one that is divinely protected. She follows her heart, goes where she got these sunflowers here, and sunflowers always pointing to the sun that we were talking about. But sometimes, even though our goal is fixed, or our telescope here is focused, well, yours is towards the moon, Taurus. So even though our compass, our telescope is pointed towards the moon, the direction that we might be going may not be the most ideal one. It's not to say that you won't get to the finish line, but it's just we may be taking a harder route than, or we're just taking the route that's needed for us to be learned. But I feel like we can pivot if things have been really kind of tough here, Taurus, with this Nine of Swords energy. It's like these fears, these anxieties. There's not, it's like there's no get, you can't find any kind of peace no matter what we're doing. It's like something that's constantly, whether this be worrying about bills or thinking about where's our next, just like thinking that really sort of future, sort of apprehensive thinking, and it takes us away from the present moment. We can be so fearful of that, well, the future, that we don't realize we're creating that. We're not, we're sort of just unintentionally going towards that thing just because we're afraid of it, but we're attracting it at the same time. It's very interesting sometimes, and that's where I feel like observe how you communicate with the universe. Take time and pause for a second. The energy, the dreams that you're putting out there, maybe just take a nap, do some healing, listen to some healing music, do some things that please your senses, go for a walk, connect in nature, whatever that's. Maybe even just going for a little trip, taking a little retreat somewhere or something along those lines, just to kind of recalibrate and figure out where this Queen of Wands is gonna really be. Just give her more direction, in a sense, there, Taurus. All right, but I think I'm gonna leave that there. So, and with the Five of Swords, this can also be kind of like a card of comparing yourself to others there, Taurus. And I feel that's something to be mindful of too. Even though we may not be where we want to be, or we may not be where others are, that doesn't mean that we're necessarily failing at our journeys. Just that this is the path that we're walking on. They're meant to do a different experience for source. We're all in this journey together here. So, but let me get your last oracle card here, Taurus. Oh, interesting, Taurus. I This is a fascinating reading. So you have the 43rd card here, which is the Deep Knowing card. What is that? Is that more lunar shenanigans? I'm not sure if that's the moon. That's fine. But with this deep knowing here, Taurus, I do feel that there's something here that I feel like, again, is needing that's needing us to take a closer look at something, for us to really do some real kind of intensive sort of hermit type of energy here. Really get to a deeper knowing of who you are and of like how you operate, and maybe even the motivations behind some of our actions here, or our thoughts, or and yeah, just like getting down to the source of certain situations here, maybe certain fears, certain whatever these is, and then again, journey brave, going to face these things bravely with that moon energy, in order to get that sense of feeling, whatever it is that we discover here, Taurus. I feel that is with that Ace of Cups. It's not, especially if these are parts of ourselves that we're learning about there. It's not treating that energy with any sort of disdain or disgust or repulsed energy. It's because where, let's say, like a past experience, something, or like maybe an energy that you may operate in may not, it may be something that you've done or something that you're doing, but it doesn't mean that it has to define you. It can be something where we can work on ourselves, because we're not just these stagnant beings. We are ones of change, and we can change. We can still have a familiar foundation, but there are certain things that do need to evolve over, over time here. But let me get your last tarot cards here. See what's going on with that. Hmm. Alright, Taurus. Last little bit here. Alright, so you have the Six of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And then you have the Two of Pentacles and the Page of Cups upright here. And then let's switch back over here, Taurus, because that's interesting. Wheel of Fortune, Big Papa Jupiter, is currently retrograde in your sign right now. And I feel with this that, with retrogrades, these are energies that are meant for us to kind of slow down. They're not meant to be feared, but they're a time for us to slow down, reflect, and reevaluate what we're doing with the energy, so that when it goes direct, we can take charge and really kind of harmonize and get things grooving here with the Two of Pentacles. But I feel we're at this point in the journey where, because the Six of Wands is like this victory, but this figure that's that's been on this long journey for a while, and these people have come to celebrate them. But I feel we're at this point where it's like we want to be at that celebratory phase, but in order to get there, there's something that we're needing to again get a closer look, something that we may be ignoring. It's like the universe is trying to hand you this cup here, Taurus, but we got these headphones and we're not listening, we're not looking at it, just can't be bothered. So I feel like it's getting down to the source, because otherwise we're going to stay stuck in this cycle here, Taurus. And let me get a little bit more with this Page of Cups here, Taurus, before we close out. So the Page of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Cups in reverse, and then you have the Two of Cups upright here, Taurus. And I feel this, like how the Page of Cups here is sort of, because he's the only page that's, which is interesting enough, is in the ocean. And I feel that there is something deep down here, towards something where it's like, I feel like it's like we have this wish, or that we've been wanting to accomplish something here, but it's not coming to fruition. And it's like it's that thing that's throwing off our vibration, that it's like you want things to change, but that there's that, again, that loop that keeps playing in your head. And it feels that something here with the Two of Cups is connecting. It's like there's a connection that's needing to happen with that energy, some healing. So that's because this is your ruler in Cancer, Venus in Cancer, the Two of Cups. And I feel there's a lot of nurturing energy that's needing to be dealt with, like a deeper side of you. It's like some kind of shadow work here that's going on here, Taurus. It's like I had a moment where I was, and honestly, and it's not been something that but I had a moment where I wouldn't consider myself like an angry person, but I would, of course, I experience frustration and anger and things, but it would be times where I would feel it, and I'd be like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, and then I would lose it. And it would be just really intense and almost crippling sometimes, where it was very, very bizarre. And then I had one moment where I woken up to talk about a Cancer. I woke up real kind of in a great mood, and then it kind of shifted, and I got caught up in a thought, and then it shifted and shifted and shifted, and I got really angry. And then I just, like, you know what? I had the space to just feel that and not judge it. and just kind of let it go and just kind of observe it, be in it and observe it. And then it led to like a total breakdown, but it was a catharsis. It was a very cathartic experience that happened. I know it sounds like a whole crazy bit, but it really was empowering, Taurus, and that's what I kind of feel like is happening here. And it feels like once we get this deeper knowing there, Taurus, that we may be able to sleep like a fox and sleep just comfortably. Even your owl is sleep. Everyone's, well, except the one that was observing, but the rest of your cards have been sleeping because now they're and I feel there's something here like sleep. I feel like is very important, and not that you necessarily need like whatever they're recommended, like sleep, getting enough sleep for you, Taurus, and whatever that's looking like, making sure that the body is rested, the mind is rested, and I feel like things will just, taking these little things and getting this stuff together will help you just to get things back on stable footing here. So I think I'm going to leave that there, Taurus. Just a little something to think about, but if anything resonated with, if you like that. Oh, whoa, whoa. Queen of Wands is getting antsy. Give it a thumbs up. And share this, Taurus. If you know someone who's been, yeah, just, I don't know, just been been feeling this sort of down, fearful energy, down in a rut, pigeonholed, just not even feeling victorious here, feeling like no kind of celebratory energy, but yeah, share this, Taurus, and then subscribe there, you queen of, because I was going to call you the fool, but you know what I mean, fool by the fool card there, Taurus, you fool, you enthusiastic one, that still seems a little strange, but that's fine, we're rolling with it. Hit that bell button, subscribe, hopefully you didn't just unsubscribe me calling you a fool, but you know what I mean, Taurus. And last little bit, if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, come on over to those, a little aggressive, come on over to the Jared and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. I always talk about whenever the moon's in Taurus, how nice of a sign that is. I like when the moon's in Taurus. That is a really nice energy. Sidebar, I'm like literally like 20 minutes away from being, I would have been a Taurus moon. Like my moon is like on this very freshly into Gemini. So, little fun fact there, Taurus. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Taurus. And you have the Nine of Wands in reverse, Moon in Sag. Moon's going to be in Sag on Monday, depending on when you're watching this. But with this Nine of Wands energy, this is that persevering energy. And I feel that for some, like with that full energy, that I feel like we may feel that we don't have the strength or the perseverance to stand whatever that is to do whatever this healing that's needing to be done, but you absolutely do have it in you, Taurus. But I feel it's one that is not, don't force it, take the steps that you need, whether we're doing it in strides or doing it in baby steps, but as long as there is that forward momentum, I feel any sort of growth is it's worth it, and it does matter. It puts you, it's better than a drop of water is better. It's always going to be better than no water. So that's just something to, I feel like don't knock how even little steps can make a big difference in the long run. Sometimes you need just that, and that's the thing too with the Six of Wands. It's appreciating those little wins in life as well, and that's what really helps you get in the practice of celebrating those little wins. It makes those bigger wins just all the more delicious, just like really. But let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here, Taurus. Oh, I love that, Taurus. How lovely. Thank you. And you got the happiness card here. And that was interesting because I was getting some chariot energy here because the seventh card in the tarot is chariot. But like when I was talking about that, keeping it moving. But you got the Bluebird Spirit card here, Taurus, which is happiness. And I feel that's, oh, I not too bad, but I thought about it. I was got a little emotional there, Taurus. But I feel that, if you're looking for this sense of happiness, it is within your grasp. But I feel that we're gonna have to look for it. We're gonna have to, and it's not like you can't be happy, but I feel like it's finding this state of true happiness. Like really, not just saying it, but in like trying to convince yourself, but really just not even believe, just knowing. Like I don't expect you to be just like, hey, but it's more so just like, all right, like I'm feeling great, feeling like I can accomplish some things, feeling motivated, feeling inspired, feeling lovely with the Queen of Wands, because that can even be, maybe we're even having this sort of self-esteem thing that could be happening here, Taurus. But yeah, if there's been a, and I feel too, Taurus, one last thing, it's like it's not focusing on the fact that, gosh, I'm like, let's say for example, like, oh, I'm always just so upset, or I'm always so this. It's changing that narrative. It's just like, instead of I'm always this, it's like, oh, I'm in search of happiness, as opposed to I'm depressed. Like, I'm looking for a brighter side, as opposed to I'm this. And like, even like saying that, like, I may be feeling depression, but it's just then that leads you to a question, that inquisitive energy with the Page of Swords, as to why am I feeling this way, and then emotionally and intellectually probing those energies to get down to the source of a situation there, Taurus. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. A little something to meditate on. But you stay safe out there, Taurus. This observing energy. Make sure to take a nap. I've never tell you what to do, Taurus, but make sure you're getting some rest and just taking care of yourself, eating healthy foods and things like that, and raise your vibration through the roof. Get to know yourself on a deeper level. Observe there, Taurus. Find your rulers in a very intuitive place. So yeah, work with that energy, and I will catch you on the next one later.